everyone, I'm sosimons, also known as Sissy. I'm an Inkitt and Wattpad writer. I write short stories and I started in 2016 to write short stories in English on Wattpad, and in January 2018 I made my account on Inkitt after discovering it. So today I wanted to talk to you about my first short story, Girl in Pain. I want to tell you why I decided to write it, a bit about the process of it, and probably future goals for this book. To start off, I wanted to thank everyone and each of my followers and friends and anyone who supports me on every platform. And I also wanted to thank you because Girl in Pain has won in the Fiction Awards in the category of Best Short Story this year, and I would have never thought I would get to this point last year. I tried to get into the competition last year, 2017, but it didn't really work out well for me. So this year, when I received the notification that I was selected for the voting part of the contest, I was on cloud nine. I couldn't believe that I was selected because there were so many other stories that were nominated, and I thought, okay, I'm never going to make it because I don't have enough followers that will write my name and my story in the comments. Well, we did it. We won.
Holy hell! Holy hell! Holy hell! Holy hell! Holy hell! Holy hell! It's here! We're here! We won! We won! Woo!
And I couldn't be more proud and happy for the small fandom I have, because you're amazing, guys. Thank you so much for everything you've done for me, and especially those that have commented so many times. They were like, I had so many comments from like 3 people because they were like so cute, because when they knew I was in the competition this year, they were like, oh yeah, yes, let's go girl, you can do it and we can do it. So like a very good friend of mine, Claudia, shout out to you, wrote to me, oh, look at the comments you have, and she was like, girl, we have to arrive at 1K, there is another one that has much more than you. Obviously she's very known, is Tali Purvis. Hi, I'm a big fan of yours. So in the competition with her, I was like, yeah, I'm never going to win this competition, especially not first place. That was like clear as the sky. Not now, from the very beginning, but still I was hopeful. Actually, I was really hopeful, and with the help of every follower that voted and every friend that voted, we did it. So thank you so much. Thank you. And now back to how it came to the actual book of Girl in Pain. Well, let's rewind to 2016, probably beginning of the year. I was in a dark phase, in a dark place of my life, and I like to write my thoughts or short stories to whatever came to mind on post-its, if they were like really short ones, and if it was long ones, then rather on a piece of paper that was like A4 pages or something like that. And practically I wrote whatever came to mind, and in May 2016 I was thankfully over that dark phase of my life, and I found in some, I don't know exactly where, I found this piece of paper that was written in half, like half page was full, and I started reading it, and it was really good, I must say. It was like, oh, that's good. And I was like, that's so good, I could transform it into a book. I already had a title, so all the thing left was like complete that chapter, like that thought, and then go on with the flow. And that's kind of what I did. So practically, I published the first chapter on the 26th May 2016 after completing that half thought I already wrote. And then I was kind of excited because I was like, oh yeah, now I'm going to have so many reads and comments and votes, because like many successful books have like millions of reads, and I was kind of naive and didn't really know how it worked back then on Wattpad, so I thought the audience is gonna come and everything will be fine. Well, it wasn't really like that. I kind of had a bit of readers that complimented on my book and were like, oh, very nice, I can't wait to read more. Yeah, you have waited like half a year because the second chapter was published in January 2017. Shame on myself. I don't really remember why I took it that long of a pause. Like, I knew. I started writing it after I published chapter 1, chapter 2, subject before. But I didn't know how, it just didn't work out. So practically, I was on a school trip with my high school, and we're like in the dating and in the meantime, I opened again my Wattpad account. Like, actually, I looked at it because I used it to read, actually, because in that time I read a lot. And then I was like, oh, I should finish writing chapter 2. So in the end, in 2 days, I wrote chapter 2, but it was completely different. And if you look the whole book, I believe that the one is not really in chapter that isn't really in tune with the whole atmosphere of the book is chapter 2, because there are cliche things, and the writing style is kind of different because it's not as dark as chapter 1. And it goes like from this to this, you go from this to this. It's like very strange, I must say. It's as if it would have been like a complete different person that wrote it. It's kind of true, I must say, because practically I just decided to finish chapter 2, published it. I was super happy. I decided to write chapter 3 and wrote it actually during the trip back home with the bus. I believe I didn't really finish on the bus because the inspiration then was like liking again, like up and then down and then up and then down. And it was kind of back in the mood as in chapter 1, so I was actually proud that I was like back to the way I wanted the book to be. Problem is, I wanted to publish 1 chapter every week. It didn't go as planned, but firstly because I am inspiration strikes, I write kind of writer, so I go with the flow. I didn't really know what was going to happen with the book, besides the end. The end, I knew it. When I decided to write the book, I knew the beginning, I knew the end. Everything that was inside, it was a big question mark. So in the end, it took me 1 year until December 2017 to complete the book. There were many factors: lack of inspiration, so writer's block, laziness, homework, school, homework. Then my wonderful period at 1 month in Germany to improve my German, and there I wrote probably 1 or 2 chapters. I remember writing a bit of 1 chapter during a night with my friends, and they had to listen to 1 hour pure sadness music for me to finish that chapter, because I had to be in the mood for something really sad. So yeah. So in the end, I remember publishing chapter 14 in September, and I remember that chapter 13, at the beginning of chapter 13, or like mid-chapter 13, I was like, I have to write chapter 15. I can't do anything. Like at the end scene, I only wrote the end scene of chapter 15, so practically I had like half chapter 13, the other half, big question mark. Chapter 14, leave it. Chapter 15, the 3/4 before the end, was like, I will think about it, and then like the end. And then I had the epilogue. I had some ideas, so I sketched them down, but nothing else. So after publishing finally chapter 14 in September 2017, I kind of had to take a break. Didn't really want to, but I had a writer's block because I didn't know what to write in the 3/4 before the end scene on chapter 15. And I also had my Matura thesis to write, so yeah. I actually started writing almost in November. Like, I started kind of writing a bit there and there in September and October, but I really like pushed myself in November 2017 because on the 11th of December I had to like give it like one must have been like completed and beautiful, and please take it. I don't have the words, so I'm trying to explain it. It's not really working, but okay, back to Girl in Pain. So practically in that meantime I didn't really write on Girl in Pain. Plus I wanted to modify some things, and that's why on the 8th of December I republished the whole book. So I unpublished it a bit after writing chapter 14, and then I added, I kind of reread the chapter and saw like, okay, there are some mistakes and blah blah. I didn't rewrite chapter 2 even though I have to. So practically I revised it a bit, we can say. I added the soundtrack to every chapter, the video to like from like the song video, a picture too, like to give the mood of the chapter. And in the republished version, obviously, I published chapter 15 and the epilogue too, so it was like complete. And then I don't remember when, but probably this year, like in 2018, I had a contest to decide for the official cover of Girl in Pain. It was like a tough move, but we did it, and I'm very proud of what the readers voted, because it's really a cool version, like a cool cover, and it was one of my favorites, so good choice. Okay, so yeah, so practically I finished it in 2017. It was like a big year for me. I was surely very happy. I remember that I hoped people, like, I still had the hope that readers would come. I also joined some book clubs due to my Matura thesis and other things. I had to leave them, but I really want to go back to one because it was really cool. I must say, it was really good. We had like feedback, at least 5 chapters, because in 2 you can't really understand the story, so it was actually good. And you had like bonuses if you finished the book, and every chapter gave feedback. So it was really amazing for me, because being a short story, mine wasn't that hard to read, like not that long, let's say, not hard, but like sometimes, since it could be hard to read due to the theme it handles in the book, but kind of short in the end if you're a fast reader, and that issue wouldn't like take you like really, oh wow, like surprise you that much and mingle with your feelings that much. But I'm saying a lot. I could make a song. Okay, sorry. So practically, after publishing the epilogue, I kind of had the idea to write a sequel. The idea is still there, but I really had to take a break from Girl in Pain because, as I said, in the question and answer chapter I included into the story, Girl in Pain was really hard for me to write. It was really, really hard on the emotional level, because I had to bring a lot of personal experience into it to make it really true and relatable sometimes too. I had to bring memories back from the past, from that dark part of my life that weren't very nice to handle. it kind of left me broke after I wrote the chapter. I don't remember writing a chapter without crying, besides chapter 2. And maybe chapter 3 I kind of cried, but it was so hard for me to write and not to cry, because sometimes it was just like I had to recall emotions to get this done. Other times it was just like, it's like I had to think like, I had to think that things would like, I don't know, I had to be kind of sad to write it, otherwise it wouldn't be realistic, it wouldn't help me. I couldn't write if I wasn't sad. So practically I I had to bring out emotions that were hard. Like it was so hard to write. I remember I really had it, like, that's why I took that much to write it too. Lack of inspiration, and sometimes because it was so hard for me to write one chapter in one sitting, it was like, I'm going to dry my body out tonight if I'm going to write the whole chapter today. So it was really, really hard. So after I decided to write a sequel, I was like, I love these characters, I love them so much, they're my first creation ever, but I need a break. I need a break from my sanity. I need a break from my sanity. I need to get back on track. So that's kind of what I did. Then there were other projects in the meantime, and a very, very good news. After I'm done with I Love YouTube, but I Need Wi-Fi, that was my NaNoWriMo project in 2018. That I will finish after my exams are done. I want to revise Girl in Pain, rewrite some parts. Let's see if I change it a bit. The ending won't change, never. The beginning, neither. Will stay like that. In the middle, we can change, but the beginning and the end must stay the same. And then I want to try and publish it. If it doesn't work with a publishing house, then I will do it on my own. Otherwise, if it works, the publishing house. So that's my goal for 2019. After obviously doing well my exams, first thing, publishing Girl in Pain, finishing I Love YouTube, but I Need Wi-Fi. And after I publish Girl in Pain, if everything goes well, I'd want to write the sequel. I already started chapter 1 and chapter 2, I scratched down ideas and some stuff about the characters. I'm not going to spoil you the title of the book. I know it. I actually know it and don't know it, because I had one. And then I thought it was kind of lame, so I changed it. So I have some 3 or 4 choices for the book's name. It's always very similar. So what else to say? I published Girl in Pain on Inkitt in January 2, and I must say it's doing very well on Inkitt too. On Inkitt we have 6,000 or something reads. I'm going to tell you the statistics on Wattpad and Inkitt. I had a lot of readers worldwide, I must say, on Wattpad. It was very, very nice. At the moment the book is not doing that well, so we have less and less reads, unique reads now at in one day sometimes are maximum 8 in December, so could have been better obviously, but I'm not complaining. I remember that when Wattpad introduced the new ranking system with the hashtags, in one day, when they had it, it was skyrocketed to 100 reads in one day, and it was minimum 50 for 2 months or something like that. So it was amazing, and I was also like 4th in short story category, so it was really, wow. It was really good, and now it's back to like very normal. So we have 20,686 reads and 1,463 votes for now on Girl in Pain. There are 22 story parts in Complex, and this, I will add it then so you can see it bigger. We have the demographics and everything else. I will show it to you in a better way afterwards, obviously. And whereas on Inkitt we have a lot of support. I must say that on Inkitt I have many people that add my book to their reading list. I have like every day at least 2 people add my book to the reading list, if not more. So kind of doing very well in that sense, but on the votes and other things, it's not really going that well. You can also like leave like only one, let's say, heart for the whole book, so I can understand that. So the total reads are 7,744 reads, and we don't know. Do we know? We don't know. Do we know? We don't know. Let's see. Reviews, we have 5 reviews. There I have only 18 chapters though. They're very nice reviews. And general like hearts are, how many hearts do we have? We don't know. There's no. We don't know. Where do I know? Do we know? Where do I know? We don't know. I don't know why we don't know. I can't find it. I can't find the heart. Kind of 10 or something like that. So it's not going that well for the hearts, but still really cute and really nice. And the support you've showed me, it's great. I'm so grateful for that. It's like, wow, thank you guys. And I don't know what else to say. In the next video, I will be talking about, rather answering some questions I received, and I really have to edit this one because it's nightmare. It will be a nightmare. And well, what else to say? I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have any other questions, leave a comment. It's not a problem. I'm really happy to answer to your questions, whatever they are. If there's spoilers, I'm sorry, I'm not going to spoil anything. I love to spoil things, but not about my books. That's crazy. And see you next time. Bye!